This is one of the oldest tribes here in Davao.
Kasi bawat tribo nandito ngayon.
This is a guide to the largest city in the Philippines, Davao City. During our trip, the conditions were not always perfect. But after spending a week here in the city, I have a deeper appreciation for Davao, and we got to uncover some hidden gems while exploring. So tara! Here I'm traveling with Rian, and we traveled for quite some time already, but it's both our first time in Davao, so we're still a bit clueless. So coming here for the first time as a Manileño, it doesn't feel too different from Manila because you can see the busy streets, the jeepneys, the crowded establishments. They even have their own Rizal Park. What's the best thing about Davao?
Davao is the safetiest in the whole Philippines and livable place. Yeah, life is here.
You can wander the streets even at night without any fear. That's what most locals tell us. That's because Davao is known to be the second safest in Southeast Asia, according to this website. Davao is located in the southernmost part of the archipelago, and the flights going here are mostly very inexpensive coming from Manila compared to other parts of the country. Since it's my first time, I don't know what much to do here. Let's ask some of our subscribers for recommendations of what to visit. And so far, Roxas Night Market is one of the leading places. But before that, why don't we take the time to appreciate the beautiful church behind me? Here in the center of Davao City, you can find the beautiful San Pedro Metropolitan Cathedral, the City Hall, the People's Park, which is a really nice place to jog or just stroll around. It's a nice park similar to Burnham Park in Baguio. And finally, the Roxas Night Market. If you like sugba, this is the place to be. It's fairly easy to commute to Roxas Night Market because nearly all jeepneys have routes passing by the street. This market opens at around 5:30 to 6 p.m. and here you can find all sorts of grilled food, snacks, sweets, and something about Davao that I really love is the abundance of seafood. Here in Davao, you'll notice that you can find tuna everywhere. Tuna panga, tuna belly, tuna sashimi, kinilaw. Tuna is always super fresh and fatty here because Davao is said to be the original tuna capital before Gensan, hence the staggering amounts of tuna. That's why one of the most popular restaurants here is Yellowfin. They serve really homey Filipino food which we call lutong bahay or home cook. It's a seafood restaurant and my favorite here is of course the huge and fat tuna belly. Even in the local eateries we call karinderya, the food is always fresh and high quality. Here are some food recommendations in Davao, but I want to show here a particular restaurant that we really enjoyed. Welcome to Tola. This is a traditional Filipino restaurant which I really like, from the overall design of the house to the nostalgic, simple and elegant food. I really love their aligre rice and everything here tasted really good. So make sure to try this one out if you want an upscale dining experience without being too expensive. Davao has such a rich culture and history, so we'll get into that, but where did we stay in Davao City? We decided to stay in one of the most affordable and convenient accommodations that a few minutes away from the places we want to visit. So let's check this place out. This is Snooze Inn in Matina, Davao City. It's a quick 20-minute jeepney ride away from the center and is conveniently situated by the main road, so it's fairly easy to get around. We chose to stay here because the rooms are really nicely designed and spacious. It's also very affordable. They also have this family room with 2 bedrooms and they have 3 beds. I think probably 4 people or more can fit here. And of course, the prices may vary, so make sure to check out their social media. They even have a nice space up here that they're trying to develop and turn into a classy and nice sky bar kind of thing. So it's really exciting to see the development of this place. I really enjoyed their simple breakfast in bed, that helps energize us for the day. And what's cool here is they have 2 cafes in the building. One is a cool and quirky anime cafe, and the other a cozy bakery with so many yummy pastries. Now, to really understand a place, it's important to get a good understanding of its history, and one of the best times to visit Davao for cultural immersion is during the Kadayawan Festival. Ano po yung inspirasyon niyo po dito sa display niyo?
Kasi gusto namin makita yung tribo namin at saka yung mga bawat tanim namin, makita sa lahat na kami po ay nagtatanim para sa kabuhayan namin.
As we are approaching the end of the Kadayawan Festival, they have this thing called the Indak, where they will parade across the street with different dances and different displays like this one. So if you want to visit Davao, August is definitely a good month. This is one of the main events that people look forward to during this time, but Kadayawan is actually a month-long festival. Just look at how packed the schedule is. This is an event that brings together indigenous people and local residents of Davao, celebrating the plentiful harvest. Pre-Spanish colonial era, Davao was inhabited by indigenous people. They still comprise an estimated 10 to 20% of the total population of the Philippines, and as a country known to be highly influenced by our colonial roots, it's important to make these people known because they are crucial to the country's true cultural identity. And if you're not visiting during August, you can also witness that cultural tradition here in the tribal village in Magsaysay Park. And here, you can find the 11 Lumad and Moro tribes. And I'm wearing the traditional clothes of the Obu Manuvu. This is one of the oldest tribes here in Davao. Here you'll see a glimpse of how they live, from the beautiful traditional clothing to the primitive architecture. And I highly suggest speaking with the people here because they have a lot of historical anecdotes and stories that you probably won't find on the internet. And while you're here, you can also explore the rest of Magsaysay Park. Fast forward after the Spanish colonial era, during the Second World War, the Philippines was invaded by the Japanese in 1941. And here, they discovered a 300-meter tunnel that was said to be dug out by the war prisoners during the war and served as headquarters for the Japanese military and a prison.
What's your step lang kung ang snake? Eh, minsan dyan yung snake na pula. Pula yung buntot. Oh my God.
So I hope I didn't bore you with a little bit of history because I'm also enjoying learning about this as I travel and as I make this YouTube video. But after learning about Davao's past, it's time to get to know the present. But before that, we actually stumbled upon 2 hidden gems that I really want to share with you guys because it's super near the Japanese tunnels. This is Tuna Republic. Here they serve everything tuna. We had sashimi, tuna belly, and tuna dynamite. And I really enjoyed eating here. The food was perfectly cooked and really fresh. And just a few minutes away, we found a super unique cafe concept called the Secret Garden. It's also in a very unexpected place, and going inside you'll feel transported to a different world. So I hope you guys will check that out if you're going to the Japanese tunnels. So the most famous bird in the Philippines is found here in Davao. So let's go to see him up close. This is Vigo, the Philippine eagle. The BSP requested to use this photograph of him as the symbol of our uniqueness, strength, power, love for freedom, and a sharp vision for the country's future. So we went on a journey to find him. To get to the Philippine Eagle Center, we decided to commute by going to Bangkerohan Market to ride a van that took us to Kalinan, and took a tricycle to get to the venue. It costs around this much to enter the Philippine Eagle Center. We are in a rainforest, and there are maps around to help you navigate the place. And just like that, it started pouring. But we pushed on through. We did get a glimpse of Vigo, but it was dark and wet. So we headed back to the lobby, but something stopped us from crossing the bridge. So we looked for a different route going back. Okay, so I didn't want to disappoint you guys, so we are back in the Philippine Eagle Center so that we can have better shots of the birds and the animals that we will encounter here for you guys to enjoy. Let's go. This time around, I was able to see the birds more clearly and you can appreciate the fierce look in their eyes, and you'll start to notice other creatures going about their day. This place is actually a conservation facility dedicated to the protection and rehabilitation of the critically endangered Philippine eagle. So aside from the fun and educational experience, going here will really help out with the efforts to preserve the most iconic species in the Philippines. Before leaving the area, you might want to consider visiting Malagos Chocolate Museum a few minutes away from the Eagle Center. Another icon to the identity of Davao is the King of Fruit. You can head over to the Magsaysay Fruit Vendors Association for a bustling market space where you can enjoy Davao's famous fruits, the mangosteen, my mom's favorite, pomelo, and the durian. If you can get past the notoriously pungent smell, you can enjoy the sweet, creamy, and nutty flavors of the durian. Now, for some reason, Davao is known to have some of the best quality fruits, and as we have seen throughout this video, Davao really is celebrated for the richness of the soil and the abundance of the harvest. Now, something that you might not expect to be a big contributor to the abundance of fruits is the bats, which we explained in our previous video. So in a nutshell, Davao is a prime destination for our identity as Filipinos, from the delicious food, beautiful culture, rich history, and bountiful harvest. Davao City really gave me a better appreciation of my homeland. And Davao is such a huge region, so I made a separate guide for Samal Island last week. It's an island city beside Davao City, and we'll be showcasing more destinations across the region in the next few weeks. So that's it for our Davao adventure. I hope you found this useful, and if you did, please do comment what you think about this place and subscribe to the channel and join us as we travel the Philippines with purpose. Maraming salamat.